So, have you ever found yourself scrolling online, maybe daydreaming a bit about a job?
Oh, yeah.
One that sounds almost, well, almost too good.
Hmm. I think we all have. Like, what?
Picture this really high pay, working from home, and you're doing cutting edge stuff with AI and coding.
Oh, okay. That definitely sounds alluring.
It's super appealing,
Yeah.
right? Especially with how fast tech's moving. But here's the thing.
There's always a but.
Right. For every great story you hear, there's often someone else who's just, frustrated, met with silence, hopes kind of dashed.
Mm-hmm.
So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one specific platform that's been getting a lot of buzz, DataAnnotation.Tech.
Right. I've heard of that one.
Our mission in this deep dive is really to unpack what they claim,
Okay.
dig into what actual users are saying, their experiences, and, well, figure out if it's actually legit.
Makes sense.
And our main guide for this is going to be a really insightful review from Checkmark Studio on YouTube. They seem pretty honest about it.
Good source.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting a balanced view is key.
Exactly. What if I told you this platform is like a puzzle? It's got huge promise, but also it's kind of confusingly inconsistent.
Hmm. Interesting. Let's dive in then.
Let's do it.
That's a really good way to put it, actually, because in this whole digital world we're in now, it's just a constant challenge for you listening, right?
Totally.
Trying to sort out the real opportunities from the ones that are, well, less reliable
Yeah.
or just not what they seem.
Yeah.
And data annotation tech is kind of a perfect example. It taps right into these big trends in freelance work, the gig economy, and this like explosion in demand for AI skills.
Mm-hmm.
It offers that really tempting idea of high-value work.
Mm-hmm.
But the real question for us today is how do we actually figure out if platforms like this are legitimate?
Right. And practical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Practical. Especially when you hear such different things from different users, understanding that whole picture, that's crucial.
Absolutely. So let's start with the basics. What exactly does data annotation tech say it offers? So they position themselves as this freelance hub, right? Where you can supposedly earn money doing specialized tasks.
Like what kind of tasks?
Well, they mention AI writing tasks and coding tasks. Now, the AI writing tasks, it's not just, using ChatGPT to write an article.
Yeah, it's usually more complex.
Right. It's more about things like fine-tuning the AI models themselves, basically teaching the AI.
Ah, okay. Like making it write better or understand nuances.
Exactly. Or generate text that sounds more human, more accurate. It's pretty specialized stuff, requires a good grasp of language.
Mm-hmm. And the coding.
And for the coding tasks, it seems like it's often about debugging, maybe optimizing code snippets.
Standard stuff, but maybe with an AI focus.
Yeah, exactly. Or helping develop new features, often tied to improving AI performance or building machine learning components. So again, not just basic stuff. You need real expertise.
Precisely. And the thing that really catches your eye, as our source points out, are the rates they advertise.
Yes, the money.
Right. They claim you could get up to $20 per hour for those AI writing tasks.
Okay, 20 an hour.
And for coding, up to $40 per hour, which is pretty impressive.
40. Wow. Especially for remote work.
Definitely compelling figures.
Mm,
They represent, significant earning potential in the freelance world.
no kidding.
So it's easy to see why people get interested. It looks like a direct path into that lucrative AI field.
Mm-hmm.
But like with any big headline number like that,
Right.
you really need to look closer.
Right. Like, can you actually get those rates?
Yeah.
Consistently.
Exactly. What's the reality behind the up to?
That is a powerful draw, those numbers. But yeah, the immediate question is, what's the catch?
Always a catch.
And our source, Checkmark Studio, points one out straight away. A big one. It's about geography.
Ah, location restrictions.
Yeah. You, our listener, really need to know this up front. Data annotation. Tech is apparently only available to residents of the US, Canada, UK, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand.
Okay, so a specific list of English-speaking countries, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a clear line drawn.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's not just a minor point. It acts as an immediate filter.
So what happens if you're outside those countries?
Well, according to the review, the consequence is pretty blunt. Users outside these countries are unlikely to get contacted after signing up.
Ouch. So even if you have amazing skills.
Doesn't matter. If you're not in one of those 6 countries, this platform probably isn't for you, no matter how good you are or how keen you are.
Wow.
And if you think about it, stepping back a bit, this probably relates to things like data laws, maybe tax stuff.
Right, legal complexities.
Yeah, or even the specific data sets they use might be more relevant to those cultures. It's not just random.
So real operational hurdles for them.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
highlights how these like geopolitical factors can create digital borders,
Mm.
just as real as physical ones sometimes, affecting who gets access to these online work opportunities.
That's a really important point, something people might easily overlook. It narrows the field right away. So before you even get excited about the $40 an hour, first check. Are you in the right country?
Step one, absolutely.
Okay, so let's say you are in one of those countries. You're eligible. What's next? Is it smooth sailing?
Well, not quite. The source points out another pretty significant hurdle right at the start. The application process itself.
Ah, the assessment.
Yeah. Apparently you have to do a lengthy 1.5-hour assessment.
1.5 hours?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's a big chunk of time.
That's huge before you even know if you'll get any work.
Exactly.
Wow, that's longer than some job interviews or, like you said, a first date. You're really committing.
You really are. It's a substantial time investment.
And it's not just time, is it? They ask for personal info, too.
Right. The review mentions you must provide personal info like your phone number.
Okay, so time and personal data right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Without really knowing what happens next.
You're investing a lot up front.
It's definitely noteworthy, this whole initial process, the time, the trust involved in handing over data.
Yeah.
Now, assessments are normal, obviously. Platforms need to check skills.
Sure.
But 1.5 hours is on the longer side. And adding the phone number, it's another layer.
So what do you think that means? Is it just about finding the best people?
It could be a really rigorous vetting process. Or you could also see it as a kind of filter, couldn't you?
How so?
Well, maybe it weeds out people who aren't, like, super committed, or maybe just don't have an hour and a half free.
Ah, like an engagement filter. Only they're really keen or maybe desperate. Apply.
Potentially. It makes you think about that balance, The platform needs good candidates, but how much should they ask from the user before offering anything concrete in return?
That's a really good question. It could be both, right? High standards, but also maybe putting off some good people who just aren't willing to jump through those hoops.
It's possible. Which leads us nicely into the next big question.
What actually happens after people do all that? What are the real user experiences?
Exactly. And this is where, according to the source, things get really divided. It's fascinating.
Okay. Divided how?
Well, it's like two completely different stories. On one side, you definitely have success stories.
No.
Some users report receiving projects and getting paid via PayPal.
Ah, okay. So it does work for some.
Clearly. For some people, the platform delivers. They get work, they get paid, maybe even at those good rates. For them, it's legit.
Okay, that's the positive side. What's the other story?
Well, this is where it gets a bit murky
Mm-hmm.
and frustrating for a lot of people, it seems.
How so?
In sharp contrast, many others say they never hear back after completing the application.
Never hear back after the 1.5-hour assessment and giving their details?
Just silence, according to these reports.
Wow. Imagine spending all that time, putting in the effort, sharing your info, and then nothing.
Yeah, no feedback, no explanation, no work, like shouting into the void.
That's not just disappointing. That's incredibly demotivating if you're genuinely looking for work.
It really is. And Checkmark Studio didn't just rely on anecdotes. They looked for external validation, too.
Like reviews.
Yeah, specifically on Trustpilot. And the picture there, not great.
Oh, dear.
The reviews are described as leaks, mixed poor.
Leaks. That's an interesting word.
Isn't it? The source used it. It makes you think of something like structurally unsound, with lots of little problems popping up.
Yeah, not a solid, reliable flow.
Exactly. And the main complaints. Frequent complaints about no communication or available work.
So the silence thing is common, and people not finding projects even if they get approved.
That seems to be the pattern reflected on Trustpilot. It suggests it's maybe more of a systemic issue, not just a few isolated cases.
So it's not just a handful of unhappy people. It sounds like a significant chunk of users feel ghosted.
That appears to be the case, based on the review and the Trustpilot data.
Even after investing all that time and personal info?
Precisely. And this massive difference in user experience.
Hmm.
It's really telling, isn't it?
Yeah, what does it mean overall?
Well, when you have such divided feedback, real success stories, right next to widespread complaints about silence, it makes it really hard to judge the platform's overall reliability.
Right. Definitely complicates things.
So it raises this big question for you, the listener. If a platform is like this, So inconsistent. How do you assess it?
Mm.
Is it just reliable for a lucky few who hit the jackpot with timing or skills? Or is there some underlying issue that stops more people from getting opportunities fairly?
Yeah, it feels like a lottery.
It kind of does. It puts potential users in a tough spot. The outcome feels uncertain, and the price of finding out is that 1.5 hours plus your data.
Which is a significant cost if you get nothing back.
Absolutely. And this isn't just about data annotation tech,
Mm.
It points
Mm.
to a bigger tension in the gig economy.
Yes.
The sheer difficulty platforms face in scaling up genuine, consistent work to meet the massive demand they often generate with these high-paying promises.
That's a really powerful insight. It's like these high promise platforms can sometimes feel like a success lottery.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Great for the winners, but it could really erode trust in remote work overall for everyone else who just gets silence.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's just take a breath and recap where we've been with data annotation tech.
Good idea.
We started with that really appealing vision, right? High pay, specialized AI, and coding work all from your couch.
The dream combo.
Who wouldn't be interested? But then we brought in the crucial counterpoints from the Checkmark Studio review.
The reality checks.
First, those strict country limits immediately rules out a lot of people globally.
Right. US, UK, Canada, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand only.
Then, that hefty 1.5-hour assessment, a big upfront investment of time and personal info.
The significant hurdle.
And finally, the stark difference in outcomes. Some people do get work and get paid, but many others just silence, which
Yeah.
seems backed up by those leaky reviews on Trustpilot complaining about communication and lack of work.
Indeed. And our source, Checkmark Studio, their final verdict basically boils down to do your own research, which is always good advice, but...
But now, hopefully, after this deep dive, you have a much better place to start that research.
Right. More informed.
Yeah, you're armed with the key facts now. You know about the claims, the barriers, and crucially, those very mixed user experiences.
So you can ask better questions.
Exactly. And approach similar platforms with maybe a more critical eye. The big takeaway here, I think, is that while this AI gig economy has huge potential, you've got to look past the flashy headlines. The platforms that really succeed long-term, they're usually the ones that are transparent.
Manage expectations.
Yes. Manage expectations clearly and actually deliver consistently for more of their users, not just a select few, not operate like some kind of black box.
That makes sense.
So thinking bigger picture, how do platforms like this, the ones with high promise but maybe inconsistent delivery, how do they shape how we think about the future of freelance work in this AI age?
Good question.
And maybe more practically for you listening, what steps can you actually take to spot the genuinely good, reliable opportunities out there amidst all the noise?
What would you suggest?
Well, maybe look for platforms with really clear communication. Check for lots of consistently positive reviews, not just a few amazing ones.
Diverse feedback.
Yeah. And maybe a vetting process that feels reasonable, not like a huge gamble with your time and data before you know anything.
So basically making sure the platform respects your investment as a potential worker.
Exactly. It's definitely something to keep in mind as you navigate this whole digital job market, making sure you invest your time and skills wisely.
That's really solid, actionable advice. It comes back to being informed and discerning, doesn't it, in this very crowded online space.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We really hope this look at data annotation tech helps you make smarter choices out there.
Hope so too.
Until next time, stay curious and keep digging.